You're my light.
Hmm?
I've been using that light.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to Ladies Night Live. Oh, thank you. So,
I'm about to move.
yep. So, welcome, everybody. I know we had a couple people in the chat earlier. So welcome. And welcome, Terminator and Yoda. And I want to know how festival was, Yoda.
Oh my gosh. We had
Nothing to say that, I don't know.
nothing to say bad. Yeah, no, it was good. You want to talk about feeling the spirit and just people coming in, they're trying to figure out their way and doing all of that. We had a ton of first timers out there. Oh man, it was amazing. We thought so. We pulled in Thursday. Thursday was great because it's like a family reunion, right? So
Yeah.
you know all the old timers there. And then Friday, new people start pulling in. It got even better. We're like, oh man, AJ gets there, everybody's there, and we're like, oh. And then it's time to get food on, and so we got to get the food on. And I felt really good because Kiri was in charge of that. And so Kiri does that. And she's like, okay, I got to do XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And I said, what do you need my help with? And she's like, nothing. And I'm like, seriously, you're not going to use me in culinary? And she's like, all right, you can do this. And so I went in, I did all the deli plates and all of that. And so we had an awesome, not because of me, but we had an awesome, beautiful, beautiful dinner reception on Friday. And then Saturday, all the people started coming in. That was even better. And so, I mean, I'm telling you, every day got better and better. And then Sunday, people were coming in. I did my class on Saturday. Hopefully, I was talking to Rebecca and I'm like, man, I hope you really recorded Saturday instead of Sunday. Sunday's numbers were shorter. So I did more of a one-on-one with medicinal vinegar than I did on Saturday. Saturday was more broad. So I went over way more topics. I had more questions and that kind of thing. And I was like, in my opinion, I thought Saturday was better. She's like, I'm not sure what we have in here. And I was like, well, I know somebody was recording on Saturday, I think, but I know they definitely were recording today. And I'm sorry if it sucks. She's like, nothing you do sucks, but I'm not sure about that. So we'll see. And then, but yeah, no, it was great. It was really good.
I bet the people that on your day that you did more almost one-on-one, I bet the people liked that because I know I would.
Yeah, because that's a very expensive class.
Yes. Yeah, and then you get more one-on-one communication with you. They can just
Correct.
back and forth with just you. Yeah.
Well, what floors me is I tell a lot of people, you know, I understand because I was a person in doing the classes and doing all of that. You're taking in so much information from all these speakers, demonstrators, all of that. You're like, yes, I'm going to do XYZ. And you're so excited. And you go home and you have so many people running through your head and you're like, oh crap. So you get that paralyzation by fear. And so I'm a little bit different. I don't know how many people do it. I actually give my cell phone number out. And so people can message me, okay, here's what we're doing. I need XYZ. Am I doing something wrong? Did I forget something here or there? And they can actually message me. It may take me a while to get back to you. But I also warn them about that. And I let them know. Okay, order your materials well in advance before you think you're going to do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm separating cards. Do that before you think you're going to do it. And then when you do, then you want to text me and give it a couple more days, right? So, but yeah, no, it was really good. Met a lot of people from, you know, places that we were. That's always good because those are the ones that you're adding to your community, right? So we were able to do that. You get to know each other. I have zero bad to say about it. It was awesome. And then
Cool.
just to see Nicole in her natural space and, you know, doing all that, that's good too. So she can be stressed out, but when she's in full swing, organizing, doing all that, man, she is so chill. She's good. She's good.
Now, who's Nicole? I don't know people by their first names.
All right. So Nicole Sauce, living free in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So go check her out. They've got her and Tactical are running the farm and doing all that, getting the homestead put together. Tactical, I love Tactical. Tactical has saved us on a lot of crap around here. So I'm like, how do I deal with I don't know what to do with the bamboo and blah, blah, blah. And he'll sit down. He's so funny. He's a veteran. And so he should be an old cowboy, I'm telling you. And so he'll just sit down. He crosses his arms and then he squats. And so he goes into a really low squat. And that's how you know that he's thinking, well, all right, I talked to this person and I saw this. So maybe if you do X, Y, Z and put this and that together, that should work. And here's what it's going to do. And he did that last spring. I'm telling you, we got that bamboo under control. He actually wanted an update on where we were this time. Yeah. And I said, man, you saved our butt. He did too. So, but yeah, so, you know, that's what it's about. It's about everybody, you know, congregating, get to knowing each other, making sure you're around the campfire. Kiri and her husband, Glenn, they actually run Burning Man. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Burning Man. They were doing that for a long time. And so they were doing that and they're awesome. They're awesome people. Glenn is a Marine and Kiri is just a good spirited people, you know. She wants to look like a troll. I think she looks so sweet. She's just got her blue hair. And you just like every time she comes to you, you look so great. You are so beautiful. I really appreciate everything that you're doing. And the eye contact is there and all of that. You're like, can you please just take this and speak into the bottle, put the cap on it right after your last sentence, put it in my pocket so I can carry it around. And every time I get down, I can just open up that bottle and hear everything that you're saying. She is so dang sweet. Her and I did a collaboration. It's no longer a top secret, so I can tell you about that. I made cinnamon rolls like I usually do, but I had to do some special ones. And so I did more of the original cinnamon rolls. And then she did, oh man, this is going to blow you guys away. It's called Bacon Explosion. And so you take a pound of bacon, you lattice it together, get that lettuce done, and then you take a breakfast sausage and then do that mild sausage right on top with chopped bacon inside of it. And then you take apple pie filling and put that in it. Then you roll it up, get it sealed, and then you smoke it. And then what we did, then what we did is we cut it into 1-inch slices and then cut the cinnamon roll in half, put that in there, and we sold them $20 a piece. And so, and we were like, if you want it, this is where you get it. We are going to take it over to Kentucky. Once they heard what we were doing, they're like, hell yeah, bring those over here. And so we're going to do some over there. So maybe you guys will get some in Kentucky. We'll see how that goes. And, but yeah, oh man, oh, they're good. And then if you let that just sit in there, the smoke just runs right into the cinnamon roll. Like you cannot go wrong with this. It is so unhealthy, but it is so good. And so, yeah, no, we about sold out of those. We sold out of a lot of stuff. My tamales, I thought I had enough tamales, sold out. You know, people were coming over. I want 6 of this, 6 of that, 20 of that, 20 of that. And I literally looked at everybody. I had hacks in my kitchen. Mrs. Hacks came in my kitchen. She saw how overwhelmed we were. And she's like, I'm working. I'm coming in. Like that never happens. She thinks I'm a kitchen Nazi. And no, we were on it. It worked good. We had the rhythm. It worked out well. So, but yeah, Sunday, everybody was like, you ran out of all the good stuff. So I do a gluten-free chili, which a lot of people like. I serve a lot of carnivores out there, that kind of thing. Yeah, when we run out on Sunday, it's a good thing for me. It's a bad thing for them. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll see what happens. In the spring, I'll probably have to make sure we'll see what the weather looks like, and I'll try to bring more in. It's just hard when we're coming from Northeast Kansas and going to Camden, Tennessee. I don't know how far you guys want to go into this, but do you want to know what happened in Camden while we were there?
Yeah.
So they're dealing
Go
with
for it.
they're dealing with all the hurricane stuff, and FEMA officials are coming in and all that.
Yep.
Well, we the people, not involved in it. I just want to make that clear. I was at festival. It was not me. But FEMA came in there and they were trying to make rules on what you could buy, what you couldn't buy, what you could do, what you couldn't do, and that kind of thing. We had festival going on. There was art festival going on. There was a lot of stuff going on. And some people got upset. Beat down FEMA. Literally beat them down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yep. Sheriff said not going to do anything about it.
Aren't they supposed to be there? Aren't they supposed to be there to help the hurricane victims? But then they're harassing you guys,
How
and you
deep?
guys got nothing to do with it.
How deep do you want me to go into this, Lucy?
Anyway.
All the way. I
They'll
heard that.
probably just. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I might end up saying something. You know me in my mouth.
Dealing with it.
We may not get to play the game. So I'll go all the way in there because now I've seen it firsthand. And so literally what's happening, we raised a bunch of money for Bear, and the food, the old labels and stuff we had just in case, all Americans said, yes, I have somebody coming and that kind of thing. That did not happen. No worries. We had it on the trailer, and Bear came in, and TJ and all them. And so Bear Independent, you guys go check him out. He's awesome.
He is awesome.
Good. So Bear Independent was there. He was able to stop in, and we handed all the food to Bear, and we were like, do with it what you will, pass it out, do all that. And Bear literally looked at Garen and said, I think if you're okay with it, we're going to keep this for us, and we're going to eat your food, because if we don't say it's ours, when we get to whatever checkpoint, right, quote unquote, he didn't call it that. Those are my words. But when they hit a FEMA stop, FEMA tries to confiscate everything they have.
What?
Yeah.
Yep, I've heard quite a bit about that.
North Carolina now, as of, I believe, so the sheriff on Friday said we will arrest any FEMA worker that is trying to stop aid. So we got that on Saturday. So this is why my phone's not working. Ashley, I have been trying to text you and email you and update you on funeral and this and that and whether or not I was going to be in here.
I got to email you a different phone number.
Okay, because every time it says message failed and I can't get it to you. And it was because we were down there. And so, yeah, it took a little bit for it to recover when we got home today. And so it was really interesting to me. So that happened. And I looked at everybody I was standing in front of. Angry Pepper was there. I looked at Jason and I said, we're going into martial law, North Carolina at least. And Jason looked at me and he goes, what information did you get? So I'm sharing that with him. And Jason literally looked at me and he shook his head. But he said, it's about damn time. And he's right. It's about damn time. And so they're as of Saturday, I'm going to say probably a quarter way towards martial law in full impact. Sheriff is done. Citizens are asking to be deputized so that they can arrest who needs to be arrested. And we're not talking people trying to get aid. We're talking FEMA workers, the government workers that are trying not to get people in there that are trying to bring aid. We have heard some gossip, and then actually heard something come out of the vice president's mouth. Some of those aids that they were confiscating looks like they are going down to the border. So, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
screw our people. We're going to go ahead and take care of illegals. You know, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I don't understand it. One thing Garen said, he thought we would go into this topic. One thing that we will say is be really careful with some of the videos that are out there when they talk about, and I'm not saying it didn't happen in a few sections, because it did, but when they start talking about people that are screaming about bodies being built up in their front yard and on the riverbank and that kind of thing, you have to be careful. That only happened in certain areas, the ones that were extremely devastated. So National Guard, I was pretty upset. My cousins, my aunt, my uncle, National Guard came in right away during the Colorado flood there in Estes Park and Glen Haven, and they flew them out overnight. And my whole question this entire time is, where's National Guard? Literally, Florida's National Guard, guess where they are? They're in Georgia and South Carolina. One of the counties in North Carolina, information that we had got, the government went in and said, this is so devastated, you'll never get it back. It is now ours. That's all about mining.
Wow.
All about mining. All about mining.
Yep.
Now with this hurricane that we're fixing to have coming straight through us here soon.
That hits land Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's a
Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday afternoon, about between 4 and 5.
Yeah, so and where we are on this here, we are on the south side of the hurricane. And so I'm going to be going up to my parents' house. They'll be on the north side of the hurricane. I'm going to try to take my dogs, and of course, All American here. He's going to stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was concerning. As of Saturday, Sunday, we still had people in front of us that were trying to figure out, after the devastation they've already had, do they try to get out of the state? Where do they go? What are they going to do? And then what are they going to come back to? So that was concerning. I felt a little bit bad. Our freeze-dried food was going out. So what we did is we went ahead and did a special, because we knew they were going to have something. They needed something to put the food in, right? Mm-hmm. So John over at SOE, Chuck over at Homestead Medical, and us at Grumpy Acres Farm, we put a collaboration together. Buy the duffel bag, you're going to get 5% off. Take it over to Homestead Medical, take it over to Grumpy Acres, and you're going to get a percentage off of everything that you buy. We don't care if you go back to your vehicle and dump it. Come get what you need. And I kid you not, we were pretty proud people were doing it. So, we try to help everybody out any way we could. Not sure what I'm going to have for Kentucky, but it is what it is. I got 3 weeks to build up. So,
just a quick thank you, Fruity Pebbles. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. But I tell you what, we were a huge family helping each other out and raising a crap ton of money for Bear to take and actually get supplies in to people that need it. So pet food, that's a story in itself. Pet food actually is on skids, and it is sitting in a hangar and waiting for the ASCP or
ASPCA.
There you go. Waiting for them to pick up. If they can get to it, great, they'll get it. If they can't, it's not going to happen. And that's another problem. They're confiscating stuff, they're getting stuff, and they're like, okay, come get it. You got roads closed out, and then you got FEMA workers down there saying you can't get across. And so 1-lane highway, you put everybody on 4-wheelers, you could have a team of everybody coming in and loading stuff and bringing it back and forth. They won't let them through.
We are going to have a civil war.
And it's coming. Martial law's already started. What are you waiting for? How did you get on this panel? I hear a voice in the background.
Because we are fixing to get blasted.
He's
We are fixing to
making
get
stopper for me.
we are fixing to get blasted with this hurricane. It is on a whole nother level of savagery.
Okay.
Well, I think the problem is when you start all of that, it doesn't help the day before you tell everybody there's no more flood insurance and FEMA can't help you because there's no more money. You don't send $1 billion or $9 billion, excuse me, to Ukraine, and then come to find out after an audit is done, $1 billion that was in FEMA, where did it go? Ukraine.
Yeah.
They misappropriated funds.
And
Get it kidding me? Gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Oh,
Don't mind me, ladies. I'm beating the hell out of my wall because I got a mouse running through my wall, and I'm hitting the plastic to kill it.
Don't hurt things.
You just never mind. I'm sitting here and I knocked the shit out of a mouse in my wall.
Did you get him?
And I think I got it. I think I got him. Oh,
they really did not misappropriate those funds. They had plans for those funds to go out that way all the time.
Of course they did. But, here's the really sad part. You got Kamala Harris behind that because obviously when Biden was asked about it yesterday, he didn't even know there was a storm. And so, he's like, oh, yeah, the people over the border are all happy. Of course they are.
Yeah.
They got
exactly.
And so, but
I mean, they're sending generators and everything else overseas and nothing for these people. Nothing.
No, in fact, we were listening to one video last night. In her town, there was a shelter house that had a shower. And so the people that had lost everything were trying to come up, like literally catch that, lost everything. They would not let them shower unless they had flip-flops. She had to organize, get it through really quick, call the salon. I guess maybe she gets her nails done there because she knew him pretty well. And they were able to get, I think it was like 18,000 pairs. And, those are, you get a manicure flip-flops, but enough to get them into the shower house. So,
yeah.
But yeah, insane. You're not going to let them in because athlete's feet. I seriously think athlete's feet right now is the worst, the least of their worries. So
yeah.
And what can you get from not having a shower? Look at all the diseases out there, skin diseases that you get from not having a shower.
Especially when you have no clean water, you've got no good food, no sources to do anything. When that happens, I'd really like to know where Tide is right now. Remember when Texas had their issue and Tide took all the trailers down there? They had the washing machines and the dryers and all of that. How come they're not in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee? Why aren't they there?
I heard they got turned away. I'm not
why
positive
didn't they
on
divert?
That.
So why not divert? Everybody else is diverting.
I know. I don't know the answer. I just heard they got turned away.
I'm going to say because they're not like-minded. You and I, everybody on this panel, we would have figured out a way to get a trailer in the back. We would have figured out a way. Tell me why it didn't happen. But same reason, why isn't National Guard in North Carolina? I mean,
why aren't they?
Yeah.
Why isn't there National Guard there? Why? Where are they?
Yeah. And
we were talking about that today.
Isn't there a certain Mr. Graham that is just really big, saying how conservative he is and all that, and he's letting his people die right in front of him?
Okay.
This really is the game.
And the sad part is all these kids, and never mind. I don't want to go there. I just think of all the little kids that are there that are being, this is torture for them.
I wouldn't go torture. I mean, so depending on how old they are, they probably had a comfort, but you're talking Appalachians, you're talking that kind of thing. There's no comfort in the Appalachians. I mean, you got to make things work right there. But what concerns me is the lesson they're learning. And so I had a good friend of mine over here today, and her and I were talking. Her daughter was here. And I said, if you take nothing away from this, I said, this is a lesson for you, and you watch everything that is happening, because this is what Grandma was talking about. This is what great grandma was talking about. There are consequences for your actions. And here it goes. Yeah. Now, the people that are losing everything, this is not consequences for their actions. What's getting ready to come back on the government, this is consequences for their actions. And it could be our actions because of the way that the majority voted. So let me not say that, right? So
yeah, but you look at it from the point of view, these kids had very little to begin with, and now they've even lost that.
Yeah.
How devastating is that?
Yeah.
They literally don't even have a roof over their head anymore.
Well, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole yet, because the last thing they need is a bunch of toys and all that bull crap. What they need is food. They need clothes. They need flip-flops. Winter's setting in. How many people are we going to lose over the winter because they have nothing? You're talking Appalachian. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But
the one positive note is that they are Appalachian. They do know how to get through hard times.
They've had things stolen from them so many times, it's not even funny. So
yeah.
But it's also not just them. Georgia will get through the winter a little bit easier. A little bit worried about Florida. End of October, November, it can get a little bit rough. And you say rough because, a lot of people, they're like, oh, that's nothing if you're sitting up north. If your body doesn't have time to acclimate, it is a problem.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. And so, you gotta make sure. And right now, I even had to ask, we couldn't figure out, oh my God, I'm sunburnt, G's sunburnt, the hacks are sunburnt. We're trying to figure out, like all of us, everybody was carrying around washcloths, and we were trying to wipe faces and keep dry and all of that, trying not to go into the AC, because if we did and we were working outside, we couldn't get outside. And, if we did, we were overheating pretty damn fast. And so we were trying to figure that one out. And I heard a few locals, they were like, oh, well, here's what happened. And I totally missed this part. I didn't realize that after the hurricane, 2 lows came in and they had to compete. So they're competing. And while they were competing, they brought in all the tropical heat. So now you're dealing with that. You get to the end of October, after having those temperatures, you're screwed. I literally, when we were coming home, so we were coming from Tennessee, so Eastern Tennessee, we had to go through Missouri. I think about the time we got over Missouri border, I noticed Patty had a blanket. I woke up, I'm sticking my arms in my pillowcase and trying to make a barrier because I had goosebumps. And the next stop, I was like, can you just pull blankets out of the trailer? I can't take it. And everybody's looking and going, what? And Mrs. Hacks and I are like, blankets, please. Yes, now. And so, because we were just in the heat and now we're coming to the cold. So that's a little bit tolerable. But you go full on winter, you're screwed. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but.
Nuclear winter.
A what?
Nuclear.
Nuclear winter.
Yeah, I can't say nuclear.
We're gonna have it. Russia's gonna.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Russia would like that, and it'll probably be set up that way. I mean, everything seems to be handpicked and manipulated. I know that sounds like a conspiracy theory. Check with me in 6 months and see how it is. So
yeah, All American always
exactly.
said he's running out of conspiracy theories because they're all coming true.
Yeah, you don't have to run out of them. Just pay attention to what's happening now.
Yeah.
And then you know what's coming next.
Yeah, and it seems like some of those cards that on the rule WROL. It's like, okay, this is happening now. This is happening now. This just happened a couple months, years ago. And it's like, man.
I'm so stressed on these Xanaxes.
Fruity Pebbles, I appreciate what you're saying. BlackRock, I was introduced to them when I was doing real estate, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? I started talking to one of their contractors, and that was I'm trying to think, it was late August of that year. And the contractor was asked to actually talk to me. And his comment was, how many more houses do you have? I need more houses. And I said, what do you mean you need more houses? And he said, the company has a goal. And just in the KC area, and we're talking late August, beginning of September, they needed 1,500 more houses. And so as a real estate agent, you're going, oh, yeah, wow, that's great. Okay, I'll figure it out. And I get home, and I'm talking to Garen, and I say, hey, this is weird. Here's the conversation I had. He said, let's do some research. Oh, we did some research. You had Saks on there. I mean, it was one world government crap. And so we were like, yeah, no. And I went back to the broker and I said, whenever you get these in anymore, I'm not taking them. If I get this contract and it's coming in from BlackRock, I'm going to tell my people this is BlackRock. Here's what they do. And I will let those clients make the decision whether or not they do it. And she's like, you can't do that. And I said, this is what I'm doing. And so I would sit people down. And I said, this offer is all cash, but it's coming from BlackRock. And I said, but this offer is from a family. And yes, they have a loan. I think you're still going to be okay. Do you want a family to be in there? Or do you want your house sitting empty? How much do you love your house?
Yeah.
KP Heathen. Hey. So, yeah, it's been a very interesting week. Very, very interesting. I mean, from Civil War to World War III. I mean, how do you break that crap down? I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, all I can say is I was at camp for 3 weeks, and I had to come home, and I can't wait to get back to camp. It's like I want to leave tomorrow, but I promised my brother I wouldn't leave right now. He's not doing well. And that was the first thing he said to me was, please don't leave right again. So
many people
but I want to be there more than any place because it's safe there. I feel safe there. I'm relaxed there. And I was just there with my dog. I mean, nothing bothers me there. I'd rather deal with the animals.
But you got to get up there. You got to build community up there. You're going to need that. And I think that's where a lot of the people that are needing help, they did build community. The community, we're just all trying to figure out how to get in there. And so that's where the Civil War begins, because we're like, hey, you got to stop. Well, no, I'm talking, you got people who had rations. People had rations. They had stuff stored up. They had their clothes. They had everything. Their houses and everything they had were completely wiped out. They're all sitting in the river and the sea. We can prep for a long time, but if you don't prep for that stuff to disappear, I mean, what do you do? Yeah. And then how do you prep for it to disappear? You got to have community. Who's on the riverbank? Who's on high top? Who's where? I'm not going to lie. Okay, G and I are on the riverbank.
In my situation, there is someone right down the road, and there's someone directly across the lake. It's not like I am completely and total. I'm alone on that 25 acres with my dog, but I do have places to go. And they have some place to go if they need to move out from where they're at. That's already been put in place.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to lie. We're having a meeting. It is not going to be recorded, not something we're going to do through Discord or anything else. Our local community, we are getting together on a date, and we already have the date. We're getting together, and we're talking about how instead of prepping as individuals, how do we prep as a community? So maybe we go beyond prepping individual. You can be a lone wolf. You can do whatever you want. But when it comes down to it, you need people on the outside. You need people up top. You need people in the valley. You need people. I mean, we see everything around here in Northeast Kansas. So, somebody can get flooded out and you're like, what the hell? And they need to rely on us in the valley and vice versa. And so we're getting together and we're going to try to figure that one out. So now is the time we're stepping up. And as preppers, we're homesteaders too, but I think we're going back to a prepper mode and you figure out how we can help each other as a community. And so not just individual.
And my preps right now, the things I am planning now are things I'm canning now for down there. Everything is canned here. What I'm canning now is to take back down.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of pork today. I did a bunch of chicken today in pint jars because I'm the only one there. Because I know I'm going to have to go back and I want it. I don't want to have to do something at the last minute.
Right.
So I'm doing it now. I'm preparing now for that trip.
I guess what I'm saying is if they get washed away, right? So what do you do? I don't think
I have stuff there also.
Okay. Because any of the individuals that I've heard about, because you guys know the circle I run in, the people that I've heard about, it's not that they weren't prepping, it's everything literally got washed away. Yes.
Northern girl, she's so right. All of us, we're all so far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the furthest.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, there you go.
You and Northern girl.
Yep, and Northern girl. Her and I are close. We're supposed to connect.
But
I have my neighbor at the bottom of there's a little hill here by my driveway, and at the bottom across the other side, I have a neighbor, and actually her and I are getting together this week for tea, and we're going to start discussing community and doing more preserves and everything. She just put a great big high tunnel up and put the big tarp on it, the plastic on it and everything, and we're going to start working together.
Come on.
Yeah, Tambra, I think you're going to be okay if they don't decide they need something from Texas in your area. Right now, they're after the lithium. So, I said that out loud. Sorry. Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
My tinfoil hat got thrown away. G if you ever watch our lives, G did make me put that on a few times. So, yeah, that one I threw. Yeah. Lucy's seen that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gotta behave yourself. It's like watching Danny and Wanda when I'm on their live on Saturday nights, and Danny's and you can hear his hand banging on the table, and she's poking him and hitting him to not watch his words and watch what he says. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I am real bad about not watching my words sometimes, and I try. I'm like, that's why when I get up here, I'm like, okay, word this correctly, Tammy. Don't mess up.
Yeah. Go back to Laura, would you? What she said, because that goes to where we started.
That's right, 100%.
Yeah, and so this is why we have to be willing to take supplies. We have to be willing to go in, and they're saying, okay, we're going to confiscate this. And you're going, the hell you will. Okay, you're confiscating there. Divert. You're going to go somewhere else. Find another road to get in there. And that's what we got to do. Now, I know it's tough. I was out there, and G and I just got back 4:30 this morning. So if I fall asleep, I'm sorry. But we all just got back 4:30 this morning, and then Hacks actually, they had another hour drive ahead of us. We all made it back safely, so we're all home. But what I would say, you got to learn to divert. But one thing that I saw on my phone, G saw on his phone, but didn't pay attention until we got home. Neither of us, our phones did not work. And so we thought maybe it was networked down, that kind of thing. We were able to get one more step. We had to go about 5 miles over, and then I'm guessing it was a different map grid. And once we were able to do that, all of a sudden we started getting text messages and voicemails. Yeah, it was all coming in. And we were like, okay, that's weird. We should have got that on this hill. And plus, we were on our internet and it did come through. But it was all because they had us tagged in Tennessee. So,
what? Let me put it up here. So, oh, it's not coming up. There we go.
Northern Girl, we got a lot of people on it. There's a ton of rednecks on it. I wouldn't worry about that. One way or the other, we're going to try to get them what they need.
This one here, Tambra, the Florida governor, yeah, he does speak his mind, and
his National Guard is actually helping people. He just didn't have enough to get them into North Carolina.
Yeah, and pretty soon we're going to need them, though.
Yeah, you will. You're gonna next week, but I think that's the plan, or this week. I think that's the plan, to be honest with you, because I'm still trying to figure out where all the equipment is. And I've been talking about this for a couple of years, and I think it's all overseas. They're ready for war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to have each other's back.
I know when I come back, I never go through big cities ever.
Yeah.
And there's one town that has a very large where they keep military supplies,
bases,
vehicles. And and not a base, it's just,
I mean, that's where they keep them here, so I'm not sure.
Okay. And it was empty when I came back through. It was empty, and there were always trucks in there, always Jeeps, all this equipment.
Are you thinking National Guard? You're probably thinking National Guard.
Okay. Yeah. And it was empty. I mean, and they were always sitting there every time I went through, and they weren't when I came back. It was empty.
We have been lied to for so damn long, and now they can't lie anymore. We're catching on. And so how many veterans do you have out there driving on the road and seeing things? And we're like, huh, that's interesting. Fort Bragg is empty. Huh, that's very interesting. Fort Riley is empty. Huh, look at that. And Garrett and I were just like, so what war?
And a lot of people aren't even paying attention to that. I pay attention to that stuff. And it was like, wow, that was full when I came through, and now it's empty.
That had to be some years, though, right? Or is this recent?
No, this was just when I went down to camp. It was full. 3 weeks later, I came back. Exactly 3 weeks. I came back, and it was empty.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I gave you guys some insight on that not too long ago, but very interesting. Yeah. Wow.
And some of the military plane, the airports that I've seen go through overhead. Yeah.
Well, and then they'll confuse it. They'll confuse you too, right? So now you're going to start having, I find it interesting that's happening later in the year. Usually it's during the summer. And now we've got one, Thunder comes next weekend. So it used to be that you would get the, I want to say Blue Jays. I don't think that's what it is. It was Blue something, Navy when I was a kid. And so they would fly their big airplanes and do all kinds of stuff.
Blue Angels.
Blue Angels. Thank you. And so now they got something that's Thunder, and they're doing all that. Last year, I'm not sure, we were supposed to know, but they were flying over, and they have to turn in Northeast Kansas up here. And so they turn over the farmland. They are so damn unexperienced that they are breaking the sound barrier. And I don't know if you ever been under that. Not fun. And
no, that's not fun.
And
Yep,
so
me too, Abby.
so now we get it again this weekend. But at least they're warning us this time. So that all call's been about for a month. So we'll figure out if they're actually coming after our missile silos and see what happens. But because third world countries don't know they're empty. They're just going to come after it.
Yeah.
And then we also don't know what's still there or not. So there's that.
Exactly. I had told a couple of people, we have old coal mines outside of town here. And I was coming back from another town, and I just happened to be, and this happened in the spring. And the old coal mines had been sealed off, and I had been back in there mushroom hunting. And I had seen that there were iron doors on those old coal mines with property of the United States government on it. Now, they had cleaned out our armory years ago. And rumor was that our stuff had gone into these old coal mines.
Mm-hmm.
I came back from town one day, and they were literally hauling shit out of there. Hauling truckloads of stuff out of those old coal mines. And when I turned around to go back to take pictures, they had it blockaded off that you couldn't go down that road anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So,
people caught on. And so remember when COVID was going, and anybody that worked National Guard were like, they're going here, they're going there. It's time to start doing some war things, and everybody's got to train and that kind of thing. And so you would see all the equipment going down the road and being driven. I don't see that so much anymore. There was a lot of it, and now it's gone. So maybe once in a while I'll see a Humvee on a trailer. Mostly I'm seeing a lot of water tanks and fuel tanks and that kind of thing. And they're all heading south. I'm not sure where they're going. Well, I want to say I'm not sure. Conspiracy theory, I think I know where they're going. But
Duh.
you're right. 75 highway straight down to Texas. But I don't know.
well, let's make sure everybody down there gets a shower.
They're probably not, because every time they make their way up here, it's kind of like, ooh, where'd you come from? And then we get sick. There's a lot of sickness right now. We've got measles. We've got, just everything you haven't heard of before. And we got vaccines when we were kids. It's all coming out. And so, they're not vaccinated. They're just not clean. They're not. And I'm not trying to be that Karen. I'm just saying I don't want to be around them. And the thing I fear the most that's running rampant around here is the, what do you call it? Doggone it, I'm so tired. When you cough a lot and you cough up blood, you got to have tuberculosis. TB. Yeah. There's a lot of TB up here, and I'm worried about that.
Well, and our area here, they're pushing the old stuff, the 2000, the stuff that everybody took the what for.
I am not doing
They're pushing that right now. They're pushing that, saying everybody's got it. As a matter of fact, I had an appointment this morning, and I was coughing real bad because we had cleaned out the bone room. We have a room that's full of bones, and the dust from bones is really hard on your system. And I forgot to wear a mask. So when I went to the doctor this morning, he said, "Boy, you sound like crap. I need to do a test." And I said, "No, doc, just got done cleaning the bone room. I'll be fine. I'm fine now. I've got it all coughed up." So, but they're really pushing that whole, we need to test you for that. You're coughing. No, don't bother. I'm fine. If I have it, I have it. I just won't go anywhere.
Yeah, on the radio, I heard that they're even wanting to make sure they push the one shot along with the flu shot.
Yep.
They're wanting people to make sure they get both of them.
The only shot
Now,
they're going to
did I
get from
ever-
me is this. That's the shot they're going to get from me.
Now, did I ever tell you how I had donated my body to forensic science? Do you
I
know that if
remember
I
you
would have,
saying
if I had taken any of those little things that they wanted us to take, do you know they wouldn't have accepted my body?
Really?
Eyeballs, though.
Yeah. Huh?
They'll take your eyeballs, though.
No, they wouldn't.
You wouldn't
They
even
didn't
take
want
your
to-
eyeballs?
No, what I was going for was forensic science,
Oh,
so that
okay.
they could do just about anything with my body,
Mhm.
right down to weapons testing. So but if you had and experimentation, so if you had that, they said they couldn't take it. They could not take it if I had done that.
Right. Tambra, if you ever had COVID, there is a COVID cough and it's residual to that.
Yeah.
You could have just gotten sick. You didn't even get the shot. You just got sick. And so there is such thing called that. And what they're breaking that down to, doctors in this area that we trust anyway, is that it's causing an asthma. And then, so at that point, what you can do, you can either go ahead, not a medical doctor, not a nurse, no medical history, all of that. Don't panic, YouTube. But what you could do, you can do some naturals on that and then do the frankincense and myrrh. An eighth of a teaspoon. Oh, that was another thing at the festival this weekend. I actually had a woman come up to me, her and her husband, and she was standing across the table from me. And I'm like, if I didn't knock over a bunch of crock pots and that kind of stuff, I totally would have hugged her. And she was like, she goes, I just want to thank you so much. And I said, why, for what? And I didn't recognize her. And she's like, I talked to you last October. And I said, really? And he said, okay. So what were we talking about? And she said, I went ahead and bought the frankincense and myrrh. And she said in 1 year, she has never had to take her inhaler again. And I was like, great, good for you. And then she said, you saved my life. I'll go ahead and I will take a chicken loaded nacho. And instead, I did a pork, and she cannot eat pork. And then she said something again, and I was like, "Oh crap! Give that back to me." It was a sandwich, not a nacho. It was a sandwich. And like, she's like, "You mean you saved me last year, and this year you're trying to kill me?" I'm like, "I'm tired. It's hot. I'm sorry."
Now that frankincense and myrrh, is it what helps with the lungs to just stop coughing?
Your entire body. So the frankincense will actually help with cancer. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I've got videos out there. I know we talked about it. I sell it. It's edible frankincense and myrrh. I can do it. I don't know who else can do it. Nobody in the circle that we run around with. I actually have a greenhouse that I work with, and I get it wholesale from them. So instead of charging $135 for 4 ounces, for the frankincense, I charge $30 for a pound. And then for the myrrh is $35 for a pound. And you only need an eighth of a teaspoon. And so I really, truly believe in getting medicine, natural medicine into everybody's bodies without ripping everybody off. And so don't just go willy-nilly out there on the internet and look it up because Yoda said, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or get us business or anything like that. Find the people that can give you the same deal and they know where it is coming from. This is USA sourced. So I know the greenhouse, I'd help you, but you'd be competition. But I'll do it.
You don't want that.
I know I need to make an order with you because I need some, what was it, Terminator, I needed to put on my muscles?
Yoda, do you have any comfrey salve?
Of course I do.
I need to get some.
Do you want it with a sheep towel or you want it with olive oil? Sheep towel. Please say sheep towel.
Okay, that one then.
I've got olive oil, but if it's a skin, what do you got going on? Let me ask you that first.
Okay, So we were doing a lot of that moving. My muscle right here is so tight. I actually had a kink in my neck even. It went from like my shoulder blade all the way up to my neck. And I was like, ow. I felt a little stuck. And I had to massage it out. And then my lower back, of course, is always hurting me. Close to
Did you get the brace I sent you? I sent you a picture. I said, order this brace. Did you order it?
No.
Shame.
No, Mom.
I'll help you, but you got to get that ordered. And so it's a back brace, but it has 24 magnets in the back of it. And then it's got 6 magnets in the front of it. And it helps with blood circulation, but it also helps with posture. So you're here, let me take this off and I'll show you guys. Like I've been cooking at festivals. Anybody that's on here and they see, like, usually I'd be like this and I just, trying to get through my video and all that. No, I'm straight up. So if you get that belt and those magnets, that blood is circulating, it's getting through there and doing all of that. And then it just helps with you. I can't explain it. I don't know the magnetism and how that works, but it works. Dad sent it to me. And I was telling Ashley, I'm like, you need this. And she's like, okay, thank you. And then apparently she didn't order it. So
no. Man, I feel like my mom's getting on to me.
I don't know what to tell you. But next time I know I'm your mom and I just have to order it for you.
You need to listen to it.
That's how I got it. My mom ordered it for me.
Yeah, all American here. He's like, you need to listen to Yoda.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I need to do that. Then get that. And then I need some of your salve.
Yeah, I can send you the salve. That'll be not stupid cheap, but I could do that. Tamber, you were talking about $75. It's gonna take me $12.75 to send it to you. So add that on there. But I think she's wanting the myrrh and frankincense.
Yeah, I want some of that too.
Yeah, I run out really fast, especially during festival. So if you guys want it soon, before the end of October, you need to let me know because I will not be able to get it before the end of October. It takes weeks for me to get it. They actually have to have what they're growing. So it's all grown in the greenhouse. So what they're growing, and they actually have to process everything and send me what I want.
So you're actually getting it fresh.
Yes, it is. It will. So when you get it, you're going to get it as resin. When I get it, I get it as resin. But when I order it, how many plants do you have? Here's what I need. Okay, we can fulfill this order, or we can only fulfill X amount. So yes, I'm getting it that way. Yeah. So nobody cut in on my game. That's why I'm not telling you where I'm getting it from.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I have a place that I can go to where I can get the resin in it.
I don't understand. L&L Homestead, she said, Yoda, that wouldn't work for someone who has a spinal cord
Stimulator
implanted magnet affected. I don't know about that. Check with the company and they will tell you.
You know about
So I think she was asking about the back splint with the 24 magnets and the 6 in front.
Yeah, because I know my mother-in-law, she had one of those implants in her back, and it was on the. Oh yeah, we actually think the battery went dead because she stopped charging it, and but yeah, so it's actually down here where it's based at on her. So if she wore that, it would probably mess that up because maybe even the batteries inside the stimulator itself.
Not necessarily. Just check with the company and see which way are they going, what's happening. And then the company can give you those details and then talk to your doctor and get those details. And then between those people, you should figure out if it's going to work or not. So, I mean, I can't tell you, I just use it. I don't have any implants. Like I'm still the girl that has my tonsils and my appendix. It's just, I'm
Yeah,
like,
me
bad as
too.
me.
a weird person. So I don't even know how to help you. But I guess check with your doctor.
Hey, I know how healthy I am. When that time I was in the hospital, they did every test they could think of. And when they came back to talk to me, they said, "You're normal. You're healthy. You're the healthiest patient we've seen in a long time." I said, "Oh, I guess I'm doing something right since I don't eat in a grocery store and I eat off my land." And they said, "Yeah,
Sorry.
keep doing what you're doing." They couldn't figure out what was wrong with me.
Tamara, you can like tell me this all day long. I don't know. I don't make the belt. You need to get with a company and you need to check with your doctor. That's like all I can say. So, Ashley, like, is there something wrong? Do you have magnet implants?
No,
Or something?
I have no implants whatsoever.
Then I don't even know how that's affecting the feed and that kind of thing. But I'm not trying to be mean. Anybody who knows me and knows me in person, I'm very blunt, and I don't want to waste my time on that anymore. Check with your doctor. Check with the company. That's all I'm saying. Leave it at that.
I wouldn't get this shit.
Okay.
Do your research.
So-
Like you always say, do your research.
Yeah, do your own research. I mean, I
So
didn't even
Yoda,
recommend it to anybody, but Ashley, like, you're doing this, and she was like, freaking buy it. You need it.
No, I won't.
I got a question for you, Yoda.
Mm.
So I collected. I did it my way, but I had the my mullein plant. It went to seed, and I had a great big long, must have been about a 3 foot long top, and it was all dark, like all dried and everything. I brought it in, and what I did was I cut it in chunks and dropped it all down into a brown paper bag. And I couldn't believe because some of it fell on the outside of my floor was covered in seeds, but you could hear the seeds falling, thousands and thousands of seeds
Now you're gonna have mullein growing
from my
all over your
mullein plant.
kitchen. How sad for you.
What's that?
I said, now you're gonna have mullein growing all over your kitchen. How sad for you. Or you'll sweep it out to the front door or back door, and you'll have mullein
They're
everywhere.
all over the place.
It'd be great.
That's okay, because you know what? It's from a plant that I've never I've been here 24 years and never had a mullein plant grow on this property that I've ever seen, and it grew up in my garden for some reason.
Yeah.
Weird. But I got lots of seeds. If I could give them away to anybody, I'd give them. I got thousands of seeds.
Yeah. Well, good. Then offer that up. Do a seed exchange. I've offered that up for 2-3 years now, and nobody takes me up on it. And I get good seeds. And like nobody's like, all I say is like, I'll put so many seeds in. Y'all send me seeds. Cost you 25 cents. I don't know. Are they 29 cents for a
I
stamp?
am in a seed exchange this month with
Good.
I can't remember. Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. Yeah,
Oh,
and then actually Northern Girl is on her site, so we might, because we're Canadians, because it's done through the state.
I know.
So we might end up.
On
It'd be nice if we were
total smuggling.
put together.
Yeah. But oh my god, I'm laughing at Rabbit. Stop that.
I know.
He's a Marine. I have to protect myself. I'm like, what the hell? Rabbit knows. He was the same way. But yeah, no, and I don't whoop him. That man owns me. He just keeps me in line. Stop it. Stop it, woman. But yeah, no. And she said she understood. It wasn't a fight. I was just like trying to break it down, right? So but yeah, I think as far as because Tamara, she was looking at something else. She was talking about the back brace and that kind of thing. The woman that came up to me this weekend, she was talking about the frankincense and myrrh combination. As I ate the teaspoon of each every day, and you could even break that down and just put it in your cooking. It's a great spice. I mean, who could do anything that was good for Jesus when he was born to keep him healthy, and we're not going to take it? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, you figure it out. Got a red crayon. Red crayon. Is that it for the expireds?
Can I say something? Tell him to leave my crayons alone.
Except for the red one. You may
The
go
red
in
one.
there if he's putting up solar panels and helping you with stuff.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
He's gonna take the red crayon and he may be in there eating it.
I'll just buy him a box of red crayons.
Can you do that? Can you find? You may have to buy.
Yes, you can.
Boxes. Really?
Yeah, you can. And you can buy boxes of just that color of crayons.
Okay, I'm so gonna have to find that because that would be super funny, especially when we go to Self-Reliance Festival. We're out on the SOE compound, and we're like, Scully, what are you doing? Sammy, what are you doing? And it's like everybody's like, okay, how are we gonna take over the compound? We could totally take we could totally take Sean over. Like I can't even keep a straight face. But like all the Marines are like, how are we gonna do this? And nobody's been able to do it, and they're all afraid of John. So we'll see what happens.
Oh,
That's
that's
funny.
right. Yeah, you can. I like them.
Moose Man is walking on Legos. I'm not gonna lie, Legos could be a great home defense.
Actually, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they could.
Hey, on I just looked it up on Amazon. You can get 12 red crayons for $11.
Yep, told you.
That's funny. Okay. All right.
Just
I'm gonna have to do that. That's funny.
I had to tell you, you can buy them just one color.
I didn't know that. So thank you. I mean, that's a $11 joke that you can do several times. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And that's 11.
I had,
So it's probably only like 7 for us in America.
yeah. I've had people that I have sent purple crayons to.
There's
They
the
had
red
to
crayon.
think about purple.
It's on Amazon,
There you go.
and it says a box of red. 12 per box.
All right. So wait, what does purple mean?
It was just a joke between someone and me years
Oh,
ago.
okay.
And she would always.
Yeah, you don't
always
want to
come
know.
in- Yeah, well, you probably don't want to know. Might get the
Okay,
channel
bye.
shut down for the night.
I'm not sure what the purple ones mean. And so like you don't want to know. I
You
definitely
don't want to know. You don't want to know.
All right.
Wow.
These
So
are
I
the
bought her
things that give it a go. Phew.
Yeah,
All you
I
weird
felt the
people-
same way.
I know good things. I don't know necessarily all the weird shit that y'all do. So
What?
what is
Well, the
out
thing is, her and I used to actually steal things from each other's homes and take it to our house and put it up. And then when they came, we go over and we did, wow, I have that at home. And it'd be like, damn, you took that. That's mine. And we did that all the time. And there was this one instance where she had bought all these crayons for her kids. And I took every single one of the purple ones because that's her favorite color. And I put them up on my shelf. It's not really dirty. It was just something I did. And she was like, damn, you took all the purple crayons. She said, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like,
We would do all of sex right now to get the hell out of here.
I know
Micro
it's
Wolf.
stupid.
So go up to Micro Wolf. I'm sorry, I'm watching the comments. I don't mean to
That's all right.
interrupt you. But I smoke cigarettes every day, so yeah. So coughing is the norm. Yes, I know cause cancer. What's my family died from already having, whatever. So here's what I would tell you, Micro. I'm not sure how old you are. Roll your own, grow your own tobacco. Then you don't have all that sugar. So they lace it with sugar. So I smoke, I roll my own cigarettes, and so it's not laced with sugar. And so you can do that, and then you get Mullen. You can smoke the Mullen. I had several people bum cigarettes off me, and I said, hey, I'm super sorry. Some of this may be mixed with Mullen. I was doing all that. And they were like, oh, wow, okay, let me try it. And so they're trying it, and they're like, this is really great. And so it didn't congest them the way that it would usually and that kind of thing. So that's really great. Rachel, you were amazing, and thank you. And I do not lie. You got my text or my phone number so you can text me, ask me anything you want. I'm excited to get you started. I'm excited for you to start. But like I said, I know you've got about 30, 45 days. You're going to be so overwhelmed with the information. So, if you want to start the vinegar last, start it last. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah. Everybody was really surprised about that I give my phone number and email and all that stuff out. But it's about sharing. It's about helping everybody, making everybody better. It's not about, oh, I'm in control. I have all the knowledge. Now follow me. Nobody's doing that. Oh, it's
My
about,
grandfather used to say, the day you quit learning is the day you die.
well,
And
and
he was so true. You never quit.
mine and Garen's comment is, if you're the smartest person in the room, find a different room.
And there you go.
Yeah. Right. I'll probably, what did he say? From a pissed off husband or boyfriend and micro wolf, but I digress again. Well, he's digressing.
He always digresses.
No, it was a good festival. I'm telling you. What'd you say? I don't get your info. Oh, you didn't? No, well, you saw the vinegar presentation. I told you to come get the card. So if you go to Grumpy Acres Farm at gmail.com, that's my email. My phone number is 816-898-8831. You can text me there. And that might have been that one. Oh, she was really cute. She was so interested. It might have been the girl that was writing the recipe down. And so I gave her the rose vinegar recipe. And I don't know. I did not catch her name, but she was so friendly. And everybody else was like, can I just take a picture of what you wrote down? And she's like, sure. So we had people coming in late and they were taking pictures of it. But yeah. So 816-898-8831. If you have questions, you can also go to GrumpyAcresFarm at gmail.com. Caught you on the way out. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, now you got my info, so now you can reach me if you have any questions. And apparently now we know we all have to do videos. And these girls on this panel have been trying to tell me to do videos. My husband's trying to tell me to do videos. And I always say, just go over to Heidi from Ring Country and she'll take care of you. Apparently y'all don't want it there. You want it from me. So
I saw her statement. I had skin cancer here, and it has slowly gone away. This spot they removed.
So aggravating.
And I have made my own salve to get rid of it. And it is down to because it was completely black all across here, and it has slowly gone away.
Did it have sheep tallow in it?
Yes.
I picked him up.
It was something that I just experimented with because I refused
Halfway on the bed.
to do. They wanted to do surgery and remove this whole piece, and I'm like, oh no. Sorry. Once you open me up, I'm done. So, and I have gotten rid of. I think I'm just down to one spot now, and it's very small.
You got enough sheep tallow?
Right up it went all the way across and it's not there anymore. It's just right.
Do you have enough sheep tallow?
What? Do I have enough?
No,
I don't, but I'll get it.
Well, we're getting ready to butcher, so if you need more, let me know. You're going to have to render it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nothing new to me.
Okay. I mean, I can render it, but if I render it, I'm going to charge you. If you just want it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, just send it.
Okay.
I'll get it. I'll get that info to you.
Okay.
I've
got it.
You got it? Okay, you got it. All right.
I think so.
Yeah, you do. You got my email.
Okay.
It will be on the thing, yeah. It's a lot of people don't realize you can make so many things in so many different ways. My grandmother did things totally opposite of how they do it now. I mean, everything was just raw and natural. You just put it all together and you were done. That was it. You didn't cook it. You didn't boil it. You just let it sit.
Mm-hmm.
You let it ferment. You let it create its own. She always said, you're just letting it create its own, how did she put that? I can't remember how she used to say that. It was like saying it created its own love. But she had a different word for it. It was really beautiful how she used to do it. She would just throw stuff together and say, well, that's the way I was told to do it.
Go down to Tamara L&L Homestead. Yes, sheep tallow is a second medicine. So when I do my salves, I always try to use sheep tallow. Some people only want the olive oil, so I do those too. But I'll say hand over fist, I sell the sheep tallow base more. And I've got one person who couldn't move. Garen works for the tribal government, and she's got a lot of members there and that kind of thing. And she came over and got some. She wanted to try it. She tried it. She has not been able to move her thumb for 15 years. And she used it on, I think she bought it Thursday, used it Friday, and brought 10 friends with her on Saturday to buy everything from me that I had.
And do you know why that is?
Like, look, I can use my thumb.
The sheep talent is actually more compatible to our makeup, and it will absorb easier, and it just is. You get into the olive oil. We're not made out of olive oil. We're made out of
We are mammals. Yep.
Yeah, we are animal based, so that's why that works so well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what my grandparents raised sheep. So, I mean, when they used to hang, when they did the wool, they would hang the bags of wool up and let the lanolin drip down into a thing. And my grandmother collected it.
Yeah. You can actually smell the lanolin in the tallow when I send it.
Oh, I love it.
Karen's like, that is so disgusting. And I'm like, no, this is good. Enjoy it.
And I like the smell of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, that smells bad. And I'm like, no, I kind of like the smell of it.
And then the ones that say it smells bad, they use emu oil. And it's so like, it smells even danger.
I was going to call it something else, but.
No, you know what I'm talking about? Emu. Blue emu, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's got other stuff in it, but.
Yeah, I know that blue emu one. And if you don't use it for a while, it gets weird feeling.
Yeah.
It goes rancid.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes rancid because it's not all natural. Well, all natural can go rancid, so I need to be careful with that. But yeah, the lanolin, the sheep tallow, I'm telling you, there's just something about it. You can have it for a long time.
Yeah,
it like oil smells bad. Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some of that from you, Yoda, and then probably even get more too later after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the problem we're having is that we have to work on labels, and we're trying to figure out. They have waterproof labels, and then they got labels you can do, just regular. So we can put those on there. We put the waterproof labels on, but the way the consistency of everything works, it kind of starts to almost, depending on the weather. Evaporate is not the right word. I'm not sure what it does, but the labels get off, especially with us traveling. They look dirty. Something's not right. So G's not happy with that. We got to figure out labels, but you doing okay? It's 8:17.
Huh?
8:17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to find bread.
What bread?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
he's unloading the trailer. We're trying to get everything. Like, we did not get home until 4:30 this morning. Thought we had a funeral. We were on our way out. After we got 4 hours of sleep, we're trying to figure that one out. And then we're dragging butt, trying to get in the truck and get to the funeral. And like I said, we got saved. My son called and he's like, Lexi says, which is our daughter, the funeral's not till the 14th. And Garen was like, no, wait, I saw that on Friday. They said Monday. And apparently all the boys missed. It was Monday the 14th.
Yeah.
And not Monday. Because otherwise we would have got a hotel last night.
Yeah.
And so we'd have put everybody up in a hotel, got the hotel, and then we'd have been much more rested, and I wouldn't be sitting here going, don't fall over, don't fall over, don't fall over.
Well, what about this question? Where can you buy sheep tallow?
From me or any butcher that butchers lambs. Anybody that raises lamb will get tallow. What you can do, because not all farmers will take the tallow because they don't do what I do. You have a lot of people, they're just raising lambs for the Italians, Muslims, and all of that, especially in the Kansas City area where you are. So if you call the butcher lockers and ask them how much tallow you have on hand, if they don't have it, ask them if you can be put on a list to get it. They're probably going to charge you somewhere between 50 cents a pound to $1 a pound, and then go get that. You'll make it up threefold.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, guys. It is 8:20.
I'm getting tired. I've been up since 5 o'clock. So
I think I need to do one more M&M, get my PJs on, and I haven't seen the TV for a long time, so I may try to catch up on news. I know it's bad, but I think I'm going to have to. So much going on. So I got to get on YouTube and see where everything's at. But yeah. So I need, oh crap. I have PJs over there. I pulled out 2 pairs of PJs. I had to put the camp PJs in the washing machine. I forgot to put them in the dryer because we were heading out to the funeral. Then I had to empty out the coolers after we found out we weren't going to the funeral. So then we had somebody come over. So I've been busy, but yeah. All right. Well,
I got a lot some rest, honey.
So
yeah.
anyway, you guys all take care. Everybody.
Hang on, Lucy. Let me say this real quick. Next Monday, we will not be on because we have the funeral. And so visitation is between 4 and 6. So we know we have to go to burial right after that. So we will not be in on Monday. If you want to switch conflicted to Thursday, do it the Thursday after or wait till the following Monday. I don't care. Let me know. All-American, Miss All-American. And then what we'll do is I will make sure for that inconvenience. Actually, it's not for the inconvenience. He literally said, JD was like, you could totally give these out. So anybody that wins a deck of cards, when we play that, you will also get a water filter straw.
That's cool.
Yeah, so just let me know and we'll do all that. But guys, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I hope I gave you guys enough energy. It's been bad. Hopefully you got enough. Love being here. Garen thought I was totally going to miss it. He's like, oh, I forgot. Like, I can't leave him hanging.
I got really good info.
On share.
Okay, the long thing with myrrh and frankincense.
Myrrh.
Thank you. How do you spell that?
MHYR.
Oh, okay. There we go. I had to make sure I wrote it down right. Yeah, I like that info. I like anything about some stuff that can help you, and getting some of your salve, and then you telling me again to get that thing from my back.
Yeah.
Put it in your book. Put it on your list.
Yeah.
But Stay safe with
Yeah.
what's coming. Stay safe,
Yeah,
please.
we will.
You guys in my prayers.
Thank you.
Everybody stay safe out there.
Oh
Hi,
yeah.
Lucy. We're praying for you too. And All American and Mrs. All American, we're praying for you. You guys stay safe. There's a lot coming. Blackbird, there's a lot coming. You guys just head on a swivel. Be careful. Usually I just say, you know, be 1% better tomorrow than you are today. This time I'm saying head on a swivel. Make sure you're paying attention. This
Eyes
weekend,
open, ears open.
yeah, this weekend concerned us. And so we don't overreact, and we're not overreacting now. We're just saying pay attention. Okay. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
All
Night,
right.
everyone. Everybody have a blessed
Night,
evening.
Dad. Yep. Night, honey. You get some rest. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Give me a holler when you can.
Will do.
Bye, hon.